I don't know why I did that. I just did it because I felt it. Here we are, behind the drums. Alex Angelides, back at you, live but not live, but I am alive, and it is good to be here. And what am I excited about right now? Let's think about it. Let's see if I can let's get a little drum roll. YouTube keeps growing. It's amazing when you think about it. And what is really growing in YouTube? YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts is massive. Does anybody know how many monthly active users YouTube Shorts has? Take a guess. No, keep going. No, keep going. That's right. It's 1.5 billion monthly active users, 50 billion views a day on YouTube Shorts. And now we're finding amazing ways for brands to get associated with YouTube Shorts and to see what it becomes for brands who need reach and need to reach audiences through this very, very kind of unique content offering. Obviously, TikTok has, done a great job on their end of getting people excited about this type of short form content. But when you look at the scale of YouTube and it's actually eclipsing TikTok right now, if you're a brand, you need to find a way to be on YouTube Shorts. And we have that way for you now. I had the good fortune recently of sitting down with my very good friend and my boss, the absolutely beautiful and powerful man known as Adam Stewart, the Vice President of Consumer, Government, and Entertainment at Google. And had a tremendous conversation. We talked about many, many fascinating things. And we also played a little bit of drums, which we love to do. AI.
AI needs to tune this drum up.
Now, much is being said about AI. Everyone's talking about it. It's the thing that kids are talking about now, Adam. When you think about AI and you think about where Google stands with AI and ads and brands and what we do, what do you see as like the greatest initial, opportunity for us?
I think we've been talking with our partners about this for some time. So it's certainly not new to Google. It's definitely not new to search or new to YouTube. I think the exciting thing, and I think what we're starting to see is just unlocking outcomes for our partners that quite honestly, we weren't getting to before. Some of the businesses that I know you work on, live events is a great example, where we start to see what's coming through and the ability to convert, a query that we probably would not have gotten to that query through just picking keywords, right? But our ability to get to that outcome for those partners is there right now. And so I'm excited about seeing what it's actually doing. Work that we're doing on YouTube right now with regards to reach, of all of our ability to unlock, whether it's a marketing outcome or a business outcome, is being enhanced by the AI work that's happening at Google right now. And I'm excited as we continue to keep going on that. Are we going to switch?
I think so.
Nipsey put pressure on me.
I talked a little bit about YouTube Shorts today. The scale is incredible. It's incredible how fast it's growing, and the fact that we just announced that we are going to have
select, first position.
Exactly. Huge opportunity for brands. Tell me what you think the opportunity for brands is for YouTube Shorts.
Oh my goodness. I think the opportunity for brands, I would start with YouTube. The thing that I think about the most, thing that I've seen the most, it's almost like the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. As we were first starting to working with brands, everyone kind of came in, it was all about kind of reach optimization, and that's what we were going to work for. And it's still very much there. I think the thing that I continue to see is that, those who are thinking about creative, those who are thinking about formats, those who are thinking about audiences, those who are managing to reach and managing to frequency, it's kind of the combination of those things that's unlocking the greatest return. And I don't think it's unique to just shorts or long form. I think it's really trying to think about the platform much more holistically. Another thing that I've been thinking about a lot lately is we grew up, with cable. Well, I remember before cable, but we grew up, most of it's true.
Wow, that's really sad.
It's true. The reason why cable was so appealing back in the day was that was what we thought of for like breadth and depth. Go to cable because there was so much choice. And I was kind of thinking about this in the context of like, you take that in terms of like what that meant for consumers. And it was reason why we paid $120 a month or whatever it was, because it was super exciting. And then you kind of go to where we are today with YouTube, and all of that breadth and depth that we thought was so awesome on cable. And now you have this one that's so much more expansive, so much more powerful, and so much more interesting.
How do you think about a media buying community or a brand community that might still be thinking about how they place their media around, kind of environments and specific shows versus just massive audience?
Everyone's looking for outcome. I think when it comes to this notion of kind of premium versus creator, or however, you want to kind of compartmentalize things, what I really believe, and I think what you continue to see, and we've shared this research in the past, is that from brand lift situation, which is again, a marketing outcome, but something that really does matter in terms of how in a brand environment, whether it's, what we've called premium content or creator content, what we see is the lift is the same. And what I would argue is that, like, when I go to something that I love that content. I tune in every day to kind of see what's new and what's there and what's happening. It deeply resonates with me. And for as long as we've talked about like marketing and brands and content and engagement, it's that like kind of friction that it's still, it's really, really sometimes hard to understand how that value doesn't get expressed in how people are thinking about, and some marketers think about connecting with their consumers. We've always wanted to be in those environments that are so deeply engaging. And that's exactly what the platform is.
I don't think you want speed metal. Wow. That's like gummy. We need more cowbell. Your former vertical, but still your vertical
That's
is part
ours.
of CG. It's our vertical. Isn't that beautiful? Media and entertainment. Many, many changes. Subscription services launching AVOD. How do you see AVOD playing out in the mix?
It's our responsibility to help these partners be successful at the end of the day. And I think we have a proven track record of doing it. I think it's gotten harder as there's increasing pressure in some of that business. And so I think we got from a place where we were finding subs, and now we need to find, the most valuable subs. And I believe that, I think some of the work is already headed there right now. And in partnership, we can kind of continue to unlock that. And I love the idea of us really being able to, as we talked about AI a little bit, our ability to understand this is likely to be an SVOD conversion, this is likely to be an AVOD conversion is really, really interesting. And I think as we start to, again, continue to work with partners, continue to work with the data that's available to help them get to those conversions more readily and to continue to build those businesses, again, AVOD or SVOD, I think it's still much like it was when you're working with a partner to get people to the movie on Friday night, or we're working with a partner in CPG, or getting the test drive and buying the vehicle, whatever it might be. It's our responsibility to work to find those outcomes.
See, I don't have that fluidity. I like that deep. Don't you like that deep snare? Is there any doubt you need to get yourself a set of drums?
Yes,
it doesn't have to
there's
be.
doubt.
So switching gears, you've been at Google for 15 years, so just a couple of years out of high school, and
16.
16.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of change and continuous change. But what is your favorite part about working at Google?
Yeah. It's remarkable after working here for as many years as I have, I still love walking in these doors every single day. I always tell people who are kind of coming up here at Google, and even when I talk to people who are considering coming here, if you're a lifelong learner, I have never found a better place that's more fulfilling than this. It's certainly not always easy, but I still, even after 16 years, a problem, a challenge, or an opportunity will present itself that I haven't seen before. And I love that. So I still, I still love it after all these years.
And look, the one common thread to all of it is relationships, right? How do you think about relationships in our business?
I think back to, coming up in the industry and working together with some of these people, and what we were doing then to what we are doing now, and you're right. It's the relationship is like the throughput. That's the thing that, has always been the constant. The amount of change that we've all participated in, for those of us that have been in the industry for, 30-ish years, this industry is so much harder than it was. I think when we were first in it, there's some of us that are still around and have kind of done this for a while and kind of came up, I think, through from broadcast to cable, from cable to video where it is today, and social and all of these other things, and to the point of like the lifelong learner stuff. Like, while it's so much harder in so many ways, it's so much more interesting and rewarding.
That's it.
Wow.
My buddy Adam.
An hour y'all can't get back.